This episode, we cover tips for spare change, keeping score, and the pressure to spend. This is the Living Young and Free Show, giving the 25 and under crowd tips, tricks, and hacks to get the most out of your money. Hi, I'm Cheryl, and welcome to episode 44. First up, we have Janelle and a special guest who's going to cover some different ways that you can make the most of your spare change. Pocket, coinage, the circular metal dumbbell machine. Janelle?
Hey Cheryl, this is my friend Mr. Coin Jar Man. Can you say hi, Mr. Coin Jar Man?
Oh, hi.
He's been feeling a little neglected by me lately.
You always put your change in me, but you never take any out.
So I think it's about time that I start doing something with the change I've been hoarding in his head.
You think?
Don't sass me.
Sorry.
Because of Mr. Coin Jar Man's whining, I did a little research on the best ways to turn your coins into usable cash. The good folks over at GetRichSlowly.org helped me out. There's so much awesome information in this article, but I'm just going to highlight 5 tips to get you started.
Whoopee! Just take me to the Coinstar machine already.
That's the first tip. You see, Coinstar machines can be great, but they charge a percentage fee. If you just want to get rid of your change and don't mind paying the fee, then that's great. Go for it. Otherwise, head over to Michigan First Credit Union and use their free high-speed coin counting machines.
That sounds okay.
Let's go over to Michigan First and get some of that change out of you and into the coin machine.
You're still feeling heavy? Well, I guess I can take some out of you and put some in the console so I can use them for like parking or something. Is that okay?
I just feel like I can do more with myself.
But you can, Mr. Coin Jar Man. Listen, all you have to do, put a little bit of extra change in the church collection plate or into those little jars next to cash registers at stores that are always for charity. Also, keep a little spare change in your pocket and give it to the homeless people you see by the street. This economy is hurting and everyone needs help.
That sounds nice.
Oh, you know what my old neighbor used to do? He used to collect Canadian pennies all year and then he'd give them out to the trick-or-treaters at Halloween.
But that's just mean.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you can gift it. Put it in a piggy bank or a nice little paint can with a face on it and give it to a kid for their birthday.
Well, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Well, Mr. Coin Jar Man and I had a great adventure heading over to Michigan First to put a little bit of him in the coin machine. But now he's back to his normal place. For Young and Free Michigan, I'm Janelle O'Hara. Back to you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Janelle and Mr. Coin Jar Man. Note to self, trick or treat in Detroit next year. Next up, we have Rob, who's going to cover keeping score with your finances.
Hey, it's Rob with Young Free St. Louis, and today I want to talk to you about keeping score with your finances, or in other words, keeping track of them. TheSimpleDollar.com shows us how keeping score can not only keep us on top of our finances, but can also be a pretty rewarding process. Keeping score helps you stay motivated when trying to accomplish your financial goals, the same way a runner would track their progress to have a visual reminder of how to achieve their goals. Now there's 4 main areas that you want to track. Check it out. Track your assets. Assets are basically anything that is of value or that will become value in the future. Typically, you should expect the total sum of your assets to slowly rise each month. Now by keeping track or keeping score of your assets, you should be able to tell whether you're saving or not. A quick tip for you, most cars are not assets because from the moment you drive them off the lot, they depreciate. However, classic cars could be considered assets because most of them slowly appreciate in value. Track your debts. This is key if you're working on a debt repayment plan. Every month, record the balance of each debt and then add them up. Keeping track of this score can help you see the sum of what needs to be paid off. Your goal should be to consistently reduce this number each month. Track your net worth. Finding your net worth is simple. Just add up the value of all your assets and then subtract your debt from this number. This is your net worth. By keeping score with this number, you're able to set a goal for yourself to pay off debts and see your net worth rise month to month. Finally, track your spending. This is another easy one. Whenever you spend money, write it down. Put each item into categories like bills, entertainment, necessary food, or eating out. At the end of every month, add up each category and you should be able to tell pretty quick what you're spending too much money on. Keeping score in these 4 categories is a great way to stay on top of your finances and reach your goals. And remember, if you'd like more money-saving tips, be sure to head over to thesimpledollar.com. Until next time, this is Rob Cartwright signing off. Back to you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Rob. Keeping score with your finances is definitely a great way to stay motivated. Last up, we have Darryl, who's going to talk about the pressure to spend at work and how to handle it.
Hey, Darryl, would you mind throwing in some money for Voldemort's birthday cake?
You're not supposed to say his name.
Hey, Darryl, would you mind throwing some money in for Sandy's Get Well Soon basket? She just had calf implants and she's feeling a little under the weather.
What's a calf implant?
Hey, Darryl, would you mind throwing some money in? Phil's cat just had kittens and we want to buy her a fruit basket.
Do cats even like fruit? An office environment often creates a lot of social spending type situations, whether it's going out to lunch once a week with coworkers, office sports pools, or parties for everything imaginable.
Happy birthday, dear Voldemort. He who shall not be named. Happy birthday to you.
Here's some tips on how you can sidestep the pressure of required office spending. Be explicit.
Hey, Darryl, we're all running down to 7-Eleven to get some hot dogs. You want to come with us?
I can't afford it. Plus, I'm busy. You don't have to pull out your rude card, but it is very important that you're very explicit when someone asks you to spend money within the office. Simply tell your coworkers that you're trying to pinch a few pennies in order to pay off your debt, or whatever the case may be. If they have any sense, they'll get the hint. Find alternative ways to give. Instead of throwing money in on a cake for old Ethel's 98th birthday party this year, simply sign up to bring something in that will cost you nothing to get. Offer to bring a card and flowers, and then make the card and pick the flowers from yours or your neighbor's garden. Budget for social spending. If you truly like to help out by pitching in some money, you can always add it to your budget. This doesn't mean that you have to pitch in on every single thing that happens at the office, but you can pick and choose. The most important thing to keep in mind is your budget. Don't overspend. Find other coworkers with similar sentiments. Who's to say that the office norms can't be changed? If there's like-minded people in your office, you could all band together and never spend money on office functions again. I'll trade you my banana for your snack pack. For more tips on how to save in the office and everywhere else, check out GetRichSlowly.org. Back to you, Cheryl.
Ooh, tradesies! And that's our show. If you have any feedback or ideas for upcoming episodes, feel free to comment below or email me at livingyoungandfree@gmail.com. Join us next time for more great tips, tricks, and hacks on how to make the most of your money. Young and Free is a credit union movement that gives young people a voice, a head start, and useful information.